Austin, I think I found out why you've been throwing up in the morning.
Oh God, what?
Congratulations, you're due.
Wait, guys can't get pregnant.
Or so you think.
Devil's Due.
Yes.
Okay, so Devil's Due is another found footage movie in January. Well done, wow. January again.
That must be a great combo then. Good job.
So Devil's Due is basically about a couple who just get married. I don't remember what the characters' names were at all, nor the actors, nor do I remember the directors or the writer's name. While they're on vacation, they get drunk one night. The wife gets put to this little place. These people perform a ritual on her, and then after all, and the word of time of myself, we're expecting. Alright, so today with me and my Devil's Due review is my good friend Joe. He did not see it.
Yes, but I did not see this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to interview him. So, you've seen a lot of horror movies, yes, and you've done it all without that beanie on your head.
Yeah, I'm a horror movie fanatic. I grew up on horror movies.
Okay, why do you think that they decided to do the devil angle? Why do you think that's such an appealing thing to do in horror movies?
Because honestly, when it comes to, especially the supernatural angle, I think is the most popular one. Because if you think about it, okay, The Conjuring, The Exorcist, Emily Rose, exorcism movies in general are popular among the teenage group. And look at Paranormal Activity, look at those. I think it's the most appealing factor besides slasher movies.
So why do you think this failed?
Because it's fucking boring, that's why. Now guys, for all you up-and-coming directors who want to do horror movies, horror, I will admit it, as Christian Holliff says, it can be the laziest of the genre. It really can, because sometimes, what do directors rely on? Tell me, Joe, what do directors rely on for horror movies?
Talent and script.
Besides that, jump scares. Directors rely, it seems that most these days, directors rely on jump scares, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little practicing tip, okay? Jump scares are not scary, okay? You know what they do is that they give you like maybe a 2-second jolt, but like, oh, that was scary, and then, but the thing is, jump scares aren't an impactful scare unless if it's like a visual jump scare, otherwise they can like burn an image into your mind. This, however, doesn't have any of that stuff. It's just sound jump scares, that's all it is. It's like Paranormal Activity 4 in terms of that stuff. That's how bad it was. And the biggest cardinal sin about this movie is that it's a horror movie. I was bored the entire time. Not one single time did this movie scare me at all. I called out every single jump scare. Oh, someone's gonna happen here. Oh, something's gonna happen here. Watch, 3, 2, 1, it happened. As a horror fan, yet again, I am let down. I swear to God, horror directors these days, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They just simply think, oh, jump scare, that will get the money out of their pockets. Well, you do that because you're a fucking asshole for one thing. But the thing is, you don't know how to do horror movies. Horror movies is a craft. It's an art in its own. If you want to scare people, watch movies like The Conjuring or The Exorcist. Those are perfect examples of horror movies done right, because you know what they do? Yes, of course they do jump scares, but the thing is, in those movies, their jump scares burn images into your brain you won't be able to get out. Like The Exorcist, for example, one of the best jump scares I've ever seen. There was a specific scene where Reagan is lying in the hospital bed, and all nowhere you see a quick second frame of the devil's face. Yep. It jump scared me, and that face is still burned into my head.
And he still has nightmares to this day.
You know, well, not as badly as I used to.
Do you remember how many times Alex has had to wake him up at night because of that?
Tons! For Devil's Due,
all right.
That had none of it.
Okay, let me give you a scenario. You're the director, Devil's Due.
Okay.
It is your job to make this one of the best horror movies that you can possibly imagine. Yeah. How would you go about doing this?
Well, for one thing, I would kind of do James Wan style and take in the sound approach. Like, not like a blasting sound at the last second. You know what I do is, I would have a slowly developed bass sound to make sure like there's like a developing scare. And then at the end of it, there'd be a big ass scare to it. That wouldn't have a big sound. It would just have like okay, you've seen The Conjuring, right?
Yes.
Remember that one scene where the main actress woke up and the sister got up and got right next to the door? That was the scariest scene in the entire film. You know why? Because the cinematography, it was one still shot, and the sound was slowly going up, and then the door just slammed. And it reminded me of Paranormal Activity, the very first one. That's why it scared me. With this one, it's just like they go around, oh, look what happened. There's something right there that will scare you. When you do slow developing still shots that leads up into a big scare, That's scary, and you have a sound, and you have the sound design do the work. We have a quick blast that will jump scare you. That's not freaking scary. Horror directors don't seem to understand that these days. You know,
Well, why do you think that is?
Because they just want to get a fucking cash grab. That's what this movie is. It's a cash grab for a horror movie. I will give this. The movie had one good thing going for it. The makeup. The main actress who gets pregnant, I will admit the makeup on her when she was deteriorating, it looked good. The makeup was actually pretty good. The acting is horrendous because, I mean, they're unknown, so that I can actually excuse them.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If you were doing this, who would you pick as your main actor?
I have no freaking idea.
You have no idea. Okay, question. Would you put Lucas in your movie?
I honestly
would. You have him in a sex scene where the monster ends up killing him?
Lucas, sorry, I would.
Are you fucking serious, Austin?
The script for this is absolutely horrendous. I mean, here's the thing. I've heard people are saying this is like a Rosemary's Baby remake, but found footage.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby.
But here's the thing. I have not seen Rosemary's Baby. I want to see it, though. I've heard it's one of the best horror movies of all time.
And you know what they're doing? They're making a miniseries out of it.
The directing is awful. The camera work, I mean, honestly, okay. Found footage, when done right, can be very effective. Like, for example, Chronicle. This wasn't a horror movie, but found footage in Chronicle was absolutely excellent. They used the telekinesis to their advantage. Like, for like the dollying shots, they used the telekinesis for that, to cloak that. That was a very smart thing. And Paranormal Activity, the entire time the camera was either on a tripod or it was on like a slow movement, like on a camera cradle. This is just, they have a GoPro camera, they have all this different stuff. It's just, it's not freaking scary. Oh, and by the way, in Paranormal Activity, remember how they did like the supernatural forces?
Yeah.
They kind of do that with this.
Ah, so they're copying.
Yes, they kind of do copy. I was like, oh god, there's this Paranormal Activity the Marked one, it's just not Latino. Good job. Honestly, I wanted to check my phone so many times, but I did not because I'm a respectful moviegoer. I don't do that stuff. I was close to at one
Bring
point.
a watch next time.
Yeah, I mean, I was close to checking my. If I had to watch, I would have checked it many times. It's a boring horror film. There's nothing that's scary. I called out every single jump scare. I was honestly, I was like, well, I can't wait to text Sarah to tell how terrible this one is.
You wouldn't spend $10 on this.
God no, I
You would not even recommend
I
anyone
spent
go see this.
$9.50 as a student thing, but that's not even worth it at all. It's not even worth a Redbox rental, I don't think. You want to know how a horror movie works in an audience? When everyone screams, right?
Yes.
Not a
Did
single
scream here?
scream. Not a single scream.
Did anybody comment during the movie?
No.
Okay, so you didn't have a Paranormal Marked Ones experience.
No, like everyone was quiet. There was no screaming. There was none of that. It was all quiet in the theater.
What was the reaction afterwards when everyone left the theater? Do you remember?
I think I heard it sucked at one point. If you're a fan of horror movies just like I am, do not spend your time or money on this. Oh, horror movies. Jesus, this has been a terrible start for you. For the makeup alone, I'll give this a 0.5 out of 5. That's one of my worst films of the year. I did not like it. It was boring as can be.
5 out of the 6 that he saw.
Jack Ryan was my 5th one. This was the 4th one I saw this year.
So 4 out of the 5.
Yes.
This was the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange how like my 5 out of 5 was Jack Ryan. That's a coincidence. Don't even check it out. Just fuck this movie. This movie sucks the devil's dick, as Lucas says. Sorry, Lucas. Okay, so that was my review of Devil's Due. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to Joe for interviewing me about this.
Yeah, there'll be more questions to come later for other movies.
But yes, comment on me down below of what is the worst found footage movie you've ever seen. But until the next review, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Seriously, do it. Do it. Do it.